Thank you very much for inviting me to be part of this. I'm delighted to have heard such fantastic speakers as Dr. Farid and Rahela. They've spoken beautifully and powerfully about a country that has really burned itself on my heart and that I find very difficult to leave. So I'll just mention one more person who I think has done an awful lot for Afghanistan, and that's Hamid Gailani. The Gailani family in general have served the country with great dignity, and the death of his father, Haji Pir Gailani, was a great loss for the High Peace Council, but his son has stepped in very capably. And I'm reminded actually of the advert that used to go around. I don't know how many of you remember Roshan, Nazdik Shudan. And of course, the truth is that we are all Nazdik. We're all close in this connected world. And this wonderful system here, Zoom, is bringing us closer still. So I think very, very much of the proximity that we have and we share, and that sadly 9/11 reminded of us all too clearly. But I think it's also worth remembering that that proximity can be a huge strength. If you remember that in the late 1940s, Afghanistan was much wealthier than South Korea, much wealthier than South Korea. And look at the path that both those countries have been on. On one side, you can say that's sad. You can say that that's a tragedy. But you can also say that it's a moment for hope and a moment for optimism. Because if you see what Seoul has become, all I can say is Babur's garden is more beautiful than anything I've ever seen in Seoul. So I have a huge hope for Kabul, and I have a huge hope for Afghanistan.